Hey guys, I'm alive and well. Welcome back to my channel. The show went well. It was pretty busy, but not quite as busy as last year. I think everybody last year just wanted to get out of the house and spend money because of COVID. This year, I don't know if it was from the elections or what. I made about half what I made last year, but I still made a lot, if you ask me. The polymer clay beads and necklaces, not necklaces, the earrings sold the most. I had 117 sets of earrings, and I think I came back with like 30 or 40. So, that's almost 100 pairs of earrings. I sold a few bracelets, maybe a couple of pendants, but none of the polymer clay necklace sold. Even that one that I absolutely loved that I showed you with the Makumigani. I had somebody, he was a veteran, he wanted it, made him a sale because of, he wanted earrings and he wanted the necklace. So we made him a nice offer. He even left a deposit and he never came back. So I still have his deposit. I don't know if he's going to contact me. I think he took a car, but I'm going to give it to the end of the week. If he doesn't contact me, then it goes up for sale. And then I'll deal with him at another time. But anyways, we're back and we're still cleaning up. It's one thing about a show is it's one day and it's over like that. But yet you got months of preparation before and at least a week cleaning up afterwards. So right now my studio is looking pretty good, but I still got a little bit more cleaning to do. And then I can get back into the groove. So I had a request for a red rose. And so that's what we're going to make today. Something simple just to get me back into motion. There's a show this Saturday that there was one other person that sells polymer clay earrings at the show. She's never been there before. So I kind of connected with her and gave her a bunch of cutters to try out. And hopefully she likes them. She's going to be trying them today. And we'll see what happens. But her style was just simple. No resin, no colors, no anything, no veneers or anything like that. She basically just took straight clay and cut it and put a hoop on them. But they were so elegant and so cute, and she makes her own silk screens. And so she had a lot of studs, is basically what she does. I mean, she's mostly in the little teeny little earrings, and they were just so cute. I did buy a pair because it was cute, and of course you want to support your fellow artists. But I gave it to my daughter the night after. I think it was the night after the show. We went out. Her aunt, my sister-in-law, came out to help me, so we all went out for a brunch, and I gave her the earrings, and so I don't have them anymore. But she liked them. And she does great work. She's just very small, very delicate, and very minimal. And sometimes minimal is very good. So I'm trying to go smaller because my earrings were pretty bold and big. And people liked it, but there was a lot of people that wanted smaller earrings. And I didn't have any red. I just hate red and green, so I didn't carry a whole lot of that. And I think I had two things that were red. And that same lady bought both of them. So it was okay. It was a fun day for all. But now we're back. So let me show you what we got. We have Cad Red. We have Pomegranate Red. And we have Crimson. I won't say the first word because I'll mess it up anyways. But what I did with the Crimson was I added just a little bit of white to give me a little bit of light color. And you can see where the regular Crimson comes in. So it's a little lighter. I wanted to add white, but obviously I was afraid I was going to get pink into this rose. And I did not want any pink. I just wanted a straight red flower. And again, I'm not a red person, so I would love to go pink or some other color, just to mix it up. But we're just going to go straight red today. Okay, and these were rolled on a number 0 on my machine, or the thickest setting, and I cut 2 squares of each color. So you have 2 squares, and I just did the teardrop shape because it's easier when you have 3 or more colors. So let me go ahead and throw this into the pasta machine, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's our Skinner blend, And what I was thinking, I'm going to try and take off just a little strip and I'll show you this. If you wanted a pink flower that's graduated, okay, so this is what we're going to be using for our flower today. It's amazing when you start doing something, then all kinds of things come in your head. So this is that one strip, right? So you could probably take a thin strip of white, and I'm going to take this at a number 6. Okay, and then lay it across like that. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And I know this is going to be so small, I doubt it's going to work in the pasta machine because it is really teeny. But I'm just really curious what would happen when we add that white strip to it. I'm wondering if we're going to get everything to turn kind of pink. And I've got this set at a number 6. Because if I went anything lower, there would be nothing to... There'd be nothing to hold on to. Just a little thought that came in my mind. So I figured, why not try it? It's too late to do it on my red, and I did want a red flower, right? So you can put that in there. And then you keep working it out and it'll start getting like pinkish for you. So this is something we can just save for another day. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this down like that. And then we're going to make a fan fold. And I just took this at a number 3 on the pasta machine. Oh, that's interesting. Not going to worry about that. Okay, and now we're just going to fold it up. Got my dogs right over here, and I got my big girl panting, so you might hear that in the background. It's really not that hot in here. But she is hot. And she heard me, so she left. All right, so there you go. Okay, so I'm going to take this and make it into a circle. And the way I do that is just push up your sides like that. Okay, and you just want to kind of round it a little bit, because I want to roll it. Work all your air bubbles out. I don't know if I'm a little too low for you guys and I'm in your face basically. So let me just move this so it's a little higher. Fortunately, it's closer to my face, which means I'm going to sound really loud. My husband's job got shut down yesterday, so I have him for the next 2 weeks at home. So God help me. Gonna have to keep that boy busy. Okay, so there we go. That is our rose. Now I'm going to take some of this crimson and I'm just going to do a thin layer around it. So I'm going to run this through the pasta machine, and then though I'm going to wrap this whole thing in translucent. So I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this in the crimson. And I got a little bit of translucent to the left that I'm going to put over that as well. didn't cut that really perfect, did I? Okay, and there's a little bit on the edge that I missed. So I just cut a little slice of it. Are you okay, girl? You sound like you're dying. I'm probably going to hit pause real quick and turn on. We'll do the swamp cooler today because it's not really that warm out, but I can handle it warm. More so than a dog, I guess. Right, we're going to clean this up. And my translucent isn't perfect translucent. It does have a little bit of pink in it. Because, of course, I didn't run it first. I ran it after I ran all this. So if that bothers you, run your translucent first. I've got the translucent run at a number 2 on my pasta machine. 0 being the thickest. And this is hopefully going to give us the depth we want in our flower. We made one of these before in yellow. So it's basically the same technique, just different colors. But I know a lot of people, they need the visual. So that's why I'm kind of doing a different colored one, but doing a tutorial on it. Okay, so now we're just going to leave that alone. Okay, so now the fun part. And I've never used, or I'm not used to Cernit being so white, so it keeps throwing me off. But now we're going to roll this, and I'm going to try and do 1.5 inches. I don't know, but we need one side to be bigger because we're going to need 3 big pieces. So if I did, if I need 10 and I needed 1.5, that's what, like 15 slices? I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I might just do 10 inches, and this rose will be 1 inch when I have it in cane form. So let me go ahead and roll it, get it to where we need, keeping one side a little bit bigger. And by doing that, you're just going to reduce it, but then reduce the other side of the cane just a little bit more. Okay, and I'm not worried about this changing or getting all messed up. So we're just going to keep doing that and then pulling. Okay, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so we got it to 12.5. So I think I can do this at, 12, or I can do 1.25 instead of 1 inch. Don't like how that kind of opened up, so let's just get rid of this piece right there. Okay, and let's see where we are if we cut that off. Boy, my blades are just horrible. Okay, so I think we're good. So just to make sure, so let's see if we go 1.25, and that would be 2.5. And that would be 37.5, right? My adding skills today are not real good. Just don't feel like thinking. Because I figure 12.5 inches should be 1.25. 2.5, and then it would be 3 3/4. So that should be 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I need to find a different blade. Okay, so these are going to be the 3 outer ones. That's why I needed them big. Boy, this is going to be a really pretty rose if it comes out. Okay, so here we go. Now, part of me wants to use one of these for the center, just because it doesn't have to be perfect. No, we're not. All right, so we're going to take this, and on this one, we're going to squish it from the side. So your gradient is going the opposite way of how you're cutting it, or how you're squishing it. And I've got a fly in here that I'm going to kill in a minute. Okay, and these are all 1 1/4 inches high. So you want to squish this down so that it's going to be 1 1/4 inch high. So this flower just needs a little bit of manipulation. Okay, just a little more. Okay. So we're about there, just a little bit on that side. Okay, and then you're going to roll it from the open end. Okay, and you're going to roll it really tight. And using Cernit, just honestly, guys, I don't know if I like the Cernit. It just cracks a lot. Okay, so we're just going to kind of slowly roll this up. And you don't need a big piece, so we're just going to cut that end off. Okay, and you just want it, again, 1 1/4 inches. So that's our inside. Okay. It's going to be different all the way around. Okay, so now for the rest of these, I'm going to probably hit pause. What you're going to do with this is you're going to flatten it, but you want to keep that center thicker than the ends. So you're just going to grab your ends and pull them. Okay, these are all 1 1/4 inches, so you don't have to worry about the height, but you want to get about 3 around it. And if it gets higher than the center, just push it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to squish all these down, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. And we're going to take the center of our flower. And I kind of split this up from really, really big to not quite so big. So this is going to be number 1. And again, this is probably the hardest part, is you got to get these all back to 1 1/4. Okay, and we're going to do the dark on the inside. That seemed to work out really fine for me before. Okay, and then you're just going to wrap. And what you're going to do is you're going to overlap the one before just a little bit. Okay, and then come in here and wrap it that way. Okay, and you're going to do this on this side as well. And as it takes shape, you'll be able to look at it and you'll know. You know, just because you'll know. Okay, so that's our first layer. So our second layer is going to go right where the two ends kind of meet. So you don't want to put it right over the top. You want to kind of keep them straggled. Okay. So this is going to go right there. And again, Okay, so this one might have to come a little bit more on the inside. I know I did 10 last time, but this is a little bigger than my last one, so I might have to make a few adjustments here. Or we're keeping that big one just in case we need to cut another big piece. Okay, so this one's going to come over like that. Okay. So now what I'd like is go 1, 2, and 3. And you can keep going bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a never-ending thing. I mean, I could leave it right there if I wanted to. Right now I'm trying to see if I'm missing. I don't know. I may just need a couple more. I put one right here. I think so. I think we just need one more, if that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of look. And this is a big one. That might be a problem. Unless I can cut it in two. Alright, so let's try that. So we can get this to... Oh, we don't want... We do. We want 2.5 inches. So there's 1.5. We just need to go a little bit more. All right. So there's 1.25 right there. I don't know. I feel like we might be done. But I think that would be the final touch right there. See, the thing is you're always going to have one that's less. No matter how many times you do this, you're always going to have one that's going to overlap more than the other one. So I think that might be okay. Or, one more idea. I don't know how easy that's going to be to take back off. Okay, you've got 1, 2 over there, 1, 2 over there. I could even put this... No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it exactly where it was. So just eye it out. Alright, so that is our red rose. So now that we're done, we don't need to do anything else to it except reduce it to the size we want it and pray that it all comes out. So somebody asked me in the comments of another video, what happens if you want to make large flowers? So you don't have to... Part of me's thinking I need to just take that one completely off. Boy, sorry, I did that right in the middle of train of thought. It's too late now. It's in here. So we're going to leave it. But you can cut it just like this, but I would reduce it just a little bit, because if you can see, like in between the little petals, you got a little air pocket right there. You got a couple air pocket right there. So if you take this and you reduce it just a little bit, just enough to get the air pockets out, you should be okay leaving it. And again, if you want it to be a large flower, then make your cane twice as big as this, and then reduce it halfway, and then you'll probably get the size you need. So basically, it depends on how much clay you're using to how big you're going to make your final piece. So me, I just use these on veneers and stuff like that, and so I reduce them pretty small. So I'm going to go do that. We are at almost an inch, a little bit bigger than an inch. I'm going to take this down about a 1/4 inch, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and we're just going to take where I see the ends aren't good. A little bit of clay wasted. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. We got about 10, so we can go 5 strips of these. Okay, you ready to see the flower? Okay, so there is our red rose. Now the thing with the translucent, it shows up a lot more than the Premo. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut a strip. Going to thin it out a little bit, bring out a little bit of the petals here. Yeah, I like to have a little bit more contrast. And I think with all the reds being so close to each other, I'm not going to get that. I'm just putting it on a little bit of pearl. Okay, so we got this in pretty well. And then I'm going to bake it just to see what it looks like. Got a little bit here where I don't have it all the way in, so I don't know if I can actually center this. This is just an experiment, so I guess it's really not a big deal where it is on the flower or it is on the base. So we're going to put this in the oven real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. So we'll see you then. Okay, so our thing is in the oven, a little sample piece. So I thought I'd come out here really quick and show you what I'm releasing today. I think it might be a little bit too late for Halloween stuff, but I do have a couple Halloween texture rollers. So let me just grab this pearl clay that seems to be the best to make samples on. So the one I'm going to release today, well, actually there's going to be 2 or 3. I got so many of them, guys. So yeah, we're going to bypass Halloween, I think. So our first one that I'm going to release is our little Christmas texture roller. Okay. And this has got all kinds of fun things in it. We've got a partridge in a pear tree. We've got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was me and my rolling. It's actually very easy to roll. I know I didn't make it very easy. Now we're just going to cut the ends that we didn't want to use just so we can show you the design on it. And hopefully you can see it. We have Christmas trees. We have a couple little partridges. We got some snowflakes and some flowers. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, so that's one that we're going to release. And then we kind of have like a simplistic one. It's just a bunch of faces, but it is abstract. And I think the reason why everything looks funky when I do this is because I'm not making a perfectly square piece to roll this on. Okay, so it takes a little bit of pressure, but I love rollers because you can stop and keep going. Okay, so let's just cut off some of those ends so they don't distract. Okay, and now you can see the abstract faces. Okay, you got a couple there, couple there. Just a really cool simplistic one. So, and just to let you know, these are not my design. These come from somebody that I know that makes them. I just print them. So if any of you are asking for custom ones, you can ask me, but it'll be him that has to do the actual thing, and you will basically need a picture. Okay, and we do have one more that we're going to do, and this is just an abstract bunch of lines here and there. This is really cool. And I'm not even going to worry about cutting these for you. Oop, got a little bit of orange clay in there. So, another really cool design. So, I'll probably do all three of these later on this afternoon, so check back for that. And I think I'm going to go pull my piece out of the oven and see how well the rose came out. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and this didn't actually sit in the oven for an hour like I normally would. But since it was just a test piece to show you the finished rose, I didn't really worry about it. Okay, so that's what the rose looks like on something. Really elegant, came out really nice. And I like that most of the translucent kind of blended into it. You got a few areas that it didn't there, but it still gives it the nice little depth that we're looking for. Okay, so there is our red rose, and we will talk to you in a couple of days. See you then. Bye.